It's good you sent your brother to tell your flock in St. John's about your nomination. If you'd gone yourself, they might not have let you leave again.
There is a good chance I will return to St. John's after the election today.
Why so pessimistic?
Many of the brothers still want Remigius to become prior.
Philip,
Yes?
there was an incident with one of our novices.
What kind of incident?
Remigius caned him. He was bleeding all
Это
over.
на того, на которого
He could barely walk, but walk he did.
Капец.
We called out for him, but he did not turn around. He never looked back.
He ran away?
It is not the first. And it wasn't the first time Brother Marcus was punished either.
Brother Marcus?
Yes, he stole my keys and food. You reported him to Remigius.
I did, but he is practically a child.
Remigius really goes too far.
Last year he hit a novice. The poor soul became deaf in 1 ear.
Tell me, Philip, what will be the first thing that you do when you're elected?
We must not cane our novices.
No, no, we must not.
Deus caritas est.
I remember that I found words carved into wood in the mill. A brother named Thomas wrote them. He wrote about canings as well.
Thomas,
Yes, he left as well, over a year ago.
it was the same as with Brother Marcus.
Remigius.
Yes.
I will talk to him about it, no matter if I'm elected prior or not.
You cannot go in there.
What was that?
Who are these people? Hey! Step back. Step back, I say.
What is going on out there?
Soldiers?
Did they start a war again? Those fools.
Philip! It's Francis. They have Francis.
Francis.
Brother Philip, I'm afraid these soldiers are looking for your brother. He has just arrived. 2 of them followed him into the cloister.
No.
What is this?
It's an invasion, that's what it is.
They said they're looking for someone.
They were questioning some of our brothers.
What is happening here?
Return to your brothers, monk.
We'll question you soon enough.
What's your name? It would be easier for us all if you just came with us.
What about the child? Is it yours?
Francis.
Like it or not, you'll be coming with us.
What are you doing here? And who is that?
I found him in the woods.
Hey!
Hey! We fed him goat's milk in St. John's. Johnny Eightpence did. He says he misses you.
He was always very sentimental.
Hey!
Philip, you must not tell these men my name. My Lord Robert of Gloucester believes me to be in Winchester.
I gave the letter to the bishop. He said he'd help.
May God have mercy on us. I was wrong to send you.
What is it?
These men are with the bishop. He is here in Kingsbridge.
The bishop is here?
Hey, you two. You should listen when you're spoken to. Who are you? And what about the child?
Did you make it? Did you two do it and make a little baby? By God, you look so funny. Oh, come on, let me hold him.
A name, or both of your names. Come on, you two.
The child is under my protection.
Oh, is it now?
Good for you, monk. What's your name? And don't pretend you can't talk, because I'm sick of listening to you.
I am Philip. Philip of Gwynedd.
It's him we're looking for, not the other one.
Monks, they all look alike.
We were looking for you. Bishop Wailerun wants to see you.
Oh.
We found him. He's here. Tell the bishop.
I found the monk. The bishop. Tell the bishop.
Go on, monk. We'll all keep an eye on you.
You will be safe.
Are you waiting?
Et venit cum nobibus et videri Deum omnis oculus, et qui eo pupuverunt, et langenses super eum omnis tribus terrae etiam. Amen.
That's him.
Amen.
That's the monk.
Amen.
We're in,
Sancta Maria Mater
Tell the
Dei.
bishop.
Sancta Maria Mater Dei.
I thought he would at least be taller than me.
Sancta Maria Mater Dei. Ora pro nobis
What is going on here, Philip?
Bishop knows he's here.
I
We
don't
told
know.
him. He's expecting you.
Deum omnis oculus, et qui eo pupuverunt, et langenses.
Philip. There you are.
The Right Reverend Bishop Wailerun, by God.
Philip and I are already acquainted.
You were looking for me, my bishop?
I was. Remigius, Philip does look distressed, does he not?
Yes, he does.
Tell me, what is on your mind?
Soldiers have invaded the priory.
Invaded? Oh, of course. I have gotten too used to the presence of knights and nobles, the work of a bishop. The reason why these men are outside right now is your letter, Philip. As I suspected, it did convince my allies to go against the Earl of Shiring. These allies of mine insisted that their knight should accompany me along with their son, and very soon they will ride against the Earl.
I understand, my bishop.
Philip, I have the feeling that there is a storm rising. Right here, in Kingsbridge. And in the eye of that storm stands one man. You. Around you, things begin moving. Don't they, Remigius?
Yes.
But there is one important thing you have kept from me.
There is? My bishop?
You did not mention that you, Philip, were nominated to be Prior of Kingsbridge. The brothers here will elect their new prior today, will they not?
The election will take place in a few hours, my bishop.
We need a strong prior. James was my friend, but a strong prior he was not. We are in agreement on these matters, are we not, Remigius?
Of course, Right Reverend. The bishop and I agreed you should have this.
Не зря они четки дают, они что, хотят подставить, что ли? Я так и знал, что они заодно, я же сказал, когда диалог сразу с этим епископом был, сразу понятно было. Откуда он знал, что они все сжечь должны были, все бумаги этого Джеймса?
Very well. Now, when your distinguished guests arrive, what will be the subject of your first sermon as the new prior of Kingsbridge?
I think what I would talk about is... I beg your forgiveness, but I do not understand.
Most of your brothers agree with me on this matter. Remigius has talked to them. They will vote for you.
As will I. And I will support you in your duties in my role as sub-prior.
A role you have fulfilled wonderfully in the past, Remigius. Wonderfully.
My bishop?
Philip of Gwynedd. You will be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
In humbleness, I stand before you, most humbled by your trust and humbled by the great tasks ahead of us. We must restore Kingsbridge to do justice to the glory of God and to his mercy. The desperate and the hopeless everywhere shall hear our bells. They shall see our towering cathedral. Our great church will become a guiding light, but first and foremost, through our actions and our faith, we ourselves shall be such a light to the lost, the hurt, and the suffering on their path to God.
The Earl of Shiring is not in attendance, it seems.
He is not. Shameful. He's busy preparing his siege on Winchester.
I trust he does not know we are about to foil his plans, Percy.
Answer the bishop, my husband.
No, he does not expect us, not at all. My men are ready.
So is our son.
Excellent. Excellent.
There you are. What's the matter?
Did I have a father?
Yes. Everyone has a father.
What happened to him?
He died before you were born.
How could he be my father if he died before I was born?
Babies grow from a seed. The seed comes out of a man's prick and is planted in a woman's cunny. Then the seed grows into a baby in her belly, and when it's ready, it comes out.
Why did you never tell me? About father, I mean.
I needed you to be older. Trust me, once the time is right, I will tell you everything. I promise.
What was my father's name?
Jack, the same as you. They called him Jack Sherberg.
So, if there's another Jack, I can tell people that I'm Jack Jackson?
You can. People don't always call you what you want them to, but you can try. What is that? Jack, find the others. Then hide and don't come out till I tell you.
there are at least 200 of them at the river.
Knights again? What colors do they wear?
They are not knights, Philip.
They say they cannot pay.
It is all right, Brother Paul.
I told them that there's a toll.
Who is your leader? Who will speak for you?
No one will speak for us, monk.
We were chased from every village.
They are outlaws.
We are no outlaws.
We come from Earl's Castle.
They killed our men!
My child! They killed my child!
By God. We cannot feed you. We barely have enough for ourselves.
We will give them shelter.
Philip, we have not enough room.
We will give you all shelter, all of you.
I wish I had more to give.
More? We've given away almost all the food we have. What will these poor people eat tomorrow?
Before they came here, they fed themselves. They worked. Surely they can do that again.
There are more coming. Word is spreading fast.
What do we do now, Philip?
Give me the rest of the bread.
But...
Here, Philip.
Then help to clean out the empty houses and tend to the injured.
You heard our prior, brothers.
It was the Hamleys.
They couldn't get their rotten son married to our young lady.
If there is any justice in the world, the king will punish them.
Take some bread.
Only one loaf of bread for all of us?
In Wiggly they spat on us, and now you want to complain when this monk shows mercy.
But I...
Thank you, Father.
They said the Hamleys attacked Earl's Castle. The children are all alone. None of them are crying. Children, take some food. Please, take it. You have to eat. Here, I will put it here. Eat when you're hungry.
Да, значит, действительно мы помогли этой Корле все это начать жесть.
Earl Bartholomew was a good man. How they humiliated him in front of his children. It was not right.
He will come to help us.
No, woman, they will hang him.
But why? How do we deserve this? Why has God forsaken us?
He has not forsaken you.
But our children are sick. Our husbands were killed.
Take some bread for your children.
This is not enough. He has more bread. I saw it. Please, our children are starving. Give us bread for our children.
Please, give some to those people over there.
Give it to us. We have Why did this happen? What did we do wrong? Our children will die in this cold.
Wake
Please,
up,
let us stay. We can work.
Philip, we are running out of room.
Have you done as I told you?
We have cleared out the houses and put up fires. All houses are occupied, and our brothers are treating the sick and injured.
There is still some room in the guest house and in the dormitory. Tomorrow we will open the cathedral. We need all the room we can get.
Prior Philip?
Yes?
I am Tom, Master Builder, and I'd like to rebuild your northwest tower.
Dear God, you look even worse than the others. Like they haven't eaten in days.
They just don't stop coming, do they?
I have worked on Salisbury Cathedral. My last employer was the Earl of Shiring himself. I know my craft. If you let your tower collapse, it may tear down parts of the nave. Hire me, and I'll make it strong again.
Do you not see how many there are in need? They need help as much as you do.
They all followed a profession once. They all want to work.
That child? You are raising a child?
My brother found Jonathan in the woods and brought him here. The poor boy would have frozen to death if it hadn't been for God's great mercy.
Jonathan.
Look, I am sorry, but all I can offer you is a place to sleep.
I'll accept. But I'd rather earn it. We didn't come here to beg.
Ask God then. That wouldn't be begging, it'd be prayer.
Блин, я не то выбрал, наверное.
You remember what I told you about the kindness of monks? Ask God. That wouldn't be begging, it would be prayer.
Oh, I will pray. I will pray for a thunderbolt to strike the church and level it to the ground.
I wonder if they refused us because of me.
Why can't Tom repair their church?
Because these monks want to hold on to their coin as long as they can.
Well, they can't see that it's about to collapse. If it did, I'd have work for a lifetime. But no, they believe it can all be held together by prayer.
Can't we go home?
Not anymore. We used all our supplies on the journey here. We've made our decision. Now we need to see it through.
Can I look around a bit?
Yes, but don't stroll too far. Be cautious of those monks.
Блин, как перезагрузиться? Тут должно быть автосохранение, вот этого жестко не хватает, конечно, в игре. Нет, только то, что я сохранял.
What baby?
Monks may be whips, but they take care of their own.
You will grow up to be a monk.
I am not a ghost, little redhead. If you go first, I'll make it a night, but you must dig me a grave. That's good. You must not be afraid. Death is not the end. There is more after. That's the secret. That is what all this here is about. You see?
Yes? Oh, hello. I'm afraid we're out of food.
Who is it?
The mason's boy. I'm sorry, but I cannot help you. Come back in the morning, will you?
Those poor souls. They can hardly sleep.
At least they don't have to take care of a baby.
Who are you? Ah, you're one of the refugees from Earl's Castle, aren't you? Did you see how they killed people? I don't think I could take it. We monks do not do things like killing.
Maybe it was Brother Marcus. Stealing food.
No. After that beating, he would never come back.
What if it is Prior James?
James is dead.
He's still in the river. We couldn't put him to rest.
Could that be?
Philip said Prior James did not commit suicide.
So it couldn't have been him.
Then what did I see? I saw something.
There are things deep in the woods, in the streams, the rocks. Many farmers give them offerings.
They shouldn't do that. They must be demons. An angel would not hide in the forest.
I will not change my mind on this matter. We will help them, all of them. Remigius, do you truly want to leave these people to die?
We should remove ourselves from the world, my prior. It is for God to decide, not us.
We will help these people. We must. And remember, I will make sure that you will not unleash your anger on our novices anymore.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Remigius here is right. This is no place for children.
Now I remember her.
What is it now, Remigius?
This woman. She came with the builder.
Yes?
She is not a refugee.
What do you mean?
She's an outlaw. She's been here in the past. Prior James warned me about her. She is not from Earl's Castle. She's from the forest.
But her husband?
I doubt they are married.
Young man, are you not the builder's son? What's your name?
Jack Jackson.
Son of Jack. Well then, you may go now.
He is not the builder's son. I knew it. He is her son. And of a man called Jack. Fornicators, that's what they are. Unmarried even. That woman must be expelled from Kingsbridge.
I had no idea. I will think about it.
I wish someone would just tear that cathedral down so we could start afresh.
That would require a miracle, and I really don't know a thing about them.
I'm so tired.
Come, I'll sing you a lullaby. Actually, it's Jack's favourite. A lark caught in the hunter's net sang sweeter then than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom never. All birds and men are sure to die,
but songs may live forever.
Prior James. It won't move. Very, very dry. Very, very dry.
Другого способа нету, что ли? Вот да, вот другого способа нет.
What? So much smoke. I can barely breathe. It's too heavy. I need air. Maybe upstairs I can breathe. to get out. There's a breeze coming from the back.
It is you! By God and the devil! They sent you back to punish me. I told them we must repent for what we did to you, to all of them. For my sins, cast me into the lake of fire.
My dear brother, only 2 days have passed since you left our priory. Much has happened in these 2 days. Many desperate men, women, and children have found refuge here. The Earl of Shiring was arrested, his castle taken by my bishop's allies. The people that we shelter were driven from that castle. Francis, I know this was not your fault, but I, myself, cannot but feel responsible for their fate. A couple has come to seek shelter at our priory. Remigius tells me the woman is a witch. Even if that is not true, they seem to live in sin. Remigius said to expel them for their act against God, but I decided against it. They might speak their vows as soon as opportunity is offered. Milius and Cuthbert have taken it upon themselves to feed the baby. They called it Jonathan, the gift of God. Johnny Eightpence was right. He loves goat milk. A gift of God. And yet someone gave up on him. I will not give up on him, or on anyone else. Not on us either, brother, even if the hope for my own redemption is as small and frail as Jonathan is. I pray that this letter finds you in good health. In consideration of my own, I ask that you not talk about our parents again. One must let these things rest. I have made my peace and won't hear any more of it. I heard from you that only 3 in Earl Robert's employ can read. One of them is my brother. Your brother, Philip.
No! Get out of there!
What is that?
My God. Save yourselves! The saint! We must save the saint! Fire! The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! Don't go!
While the monks and refugees cleaned up, I kept hidden. I hadn't expected that a magnificent building like this could so utterly collapse. That the ignorant little boy that I had been could so easily turn it back into a pile of dirty stones. I knew then that I had done something wrong, and no one could ever find out.
Prior Philip, I had the site cleared. It should be safe now.
Good work. Thank you, Master Builder. This concludes a very long night, then.
Many people left already. They asked me to thank you for your kindness. They're sorry for what happened.
Well, they should thank God for his mercy. No one got hurt, no one died. 45 monks and 11 novices, all accounted for. No one's missing.
No one?
Milius and Cuthbert even saved our saint from the crypt.
Do you know what caused this?
Someone set fire to the roof.
Do you suspect anyone?
No. The church was empty when we locked the doors.
Oh, no one got hurt. The books were saved. Even the bones of your saint were unharmed. Maybe this happened for a reason.
What do you mean?
Here. Let me show you something. Tell me, what do you see?
I see dawn.
Right. Prior, I am deeply sorry about what happened to your church, but you must remain steadfast.
And stare at the sunrise?
No, you're only seeing the sunrise because you're facing east, straight east. Like a church. Now, I know you have no money, and that helping people is more important, but we could start right here. Take the stones we've got, and the people who want to help.
So, what is it I am looking at, Tom Builder?
It's the aisle of your new cathedral.
I see it. I see now. A few weeks later, I received an invitation from Bishop Waleran. In Winchester, we and Waleran's allies were to meet King Stephen himself. The bishop seemed assured that because we had helped the king, Stephen would support us in return. And that with his help, we would be able to rebuild Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Percy Hamley.
Bishop Waleran. Good morning.
Ali! It's them! Over there! The Hamleys!
Again, thank you for your assistance in Kingsbridge, my son.
We have to thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Right, Mother?
Of course. Well, don't just stand there. Walk out with me, but very calmly. We can't let them see us.
Oh, children, pardon me.
Принцесса, по крайней мере, вроде...
Now we're only missing one more.
Here he is.
Good morning.
Bishop Henry, this is my prior.
Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge, my Lord Bishop.
You won't have to say much today, Philip.
Leave the talking to us.
No, leave the talking to me. King Stephen is my brother, after all. Let us make haste. My brother is an early riser.
We must make haste. I want to go hunting in the New Forest. England is full of game. No comparison to Normandy. This country's still wild.
This is Waleran Bygod, the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Waleran, I remember you. We've met before.
And Percy Hamley.
My king.
He brought Bartholomew to justice. And it's not the first time he's helped me. He has Norman blood in him. We should hunt together someday.
Indeed, sire.
Bartholomew, on the other hand, will not leave the jail alive.
Percy Hamley did not do it without help, my lord. It was I who told him of the plot against you.
And now you come to be rewarded as well. I see.
My brother, the Cathedral of Kingsbridge has burnt down. Waleran asks for a reward, not for himself. He asks for our church.
I take it your church cannot afford to rebuild that cathedral, Henry. Neither can the crown.
I, or rather Bishop Waleran, had an idea. You could give the Earl of Shiring's lands to the Bishop of Kingsbridge to finance the rebuilding of the cathedral.
I like the idea. But Percy and his men were the ones who took Earl's Castle, not Bishop Waleran. Right, Percy?
Yes, my king.
He knows the area, and he will be a loyal Earl, will you not?
Of course, my king.
You ought to give thanks to God first. God made you king.
Don't go on like that, Henry. Don't do that. You know what happens when you do that. It was a long way to this throne. A long way.
Yes, my brother.
Now I will hunt.
My Lord King, I thank you for being willing to reconsider the future of the Shiring earldom.
When shall we hear your decision?
Tomorrow. Bring my bow. Tell the men we hunt.
Philip, Waleran and I have much to discuss.
All right. But what can I do to help?
Well, my brother asked me to get a confession from the traitor Bartholomew. A confession would be helpful against those who believe Bartholomew's arrest was unjust, and it may help us to convince my brother to forget all about his promise to Percy Hamley. Ah, Philip.
What is it?
About Bartholomew's confession.
Maybe you can get him to confess.
I do not believe my prior can do more than you could.
Perhaps he knows he will die, no matter what he says.
Please excuse me.
Of course.
Percy Hamley will have the earldom of Shiring.
But would he make a good Earl?
Who cares? Stephen wanted the throne for 20 years. Now that he has it, he must be loyal to those who are loyal to him.
Who knows? Maybe Percy will make a good Earl.
From what I've heard, Lady Hamley pulls the strings.
Bartholomew and his followers would have only been the first wave. Robert of Gloucester remains and he will attack.
And that's what you keep telling us. Maybe because the king likes to hear that you share his worries about Robert of Gloucester.
Robert of Gloucester wants to see his sister on the throne. He will attack. And the Welsh will fight on his side. You mark my words.
From what I heard, this is about the cathedral in Kingsbridge. It burned down.
Yes.
Then the king should help in some manner, but not by giving away English land to the church.
Did you not say that Bishop Henry was the richest man in England? Then why is he not paying for the cathedral?
God has very tight purse strings, it seems.
Tomorrow, the king will announce his decision. Until then, they won't allow a simple monk.
How could you let her get away? That little bitch.
I will find her, Mother. She was here? Why?
To see her father, of course. But that won't help her. She has already made a fool of you once. Don't let it happen again.
No, Mother.
Monk, it's about time you showed up.
Huh? Regan Hamley? We have not been formally introduced.
You are a fool. Is that formal enough for you, Monk? You don't understand any of this, do you? It's as if you've never set a single foot outside your little priory. Unbelievable. How you let yourself be used by those two greedy bishops, I'll never know. Ugh. Waleran wants the lands of the earldom for himself. Henry knows that. Say something. You don't believe me, do you, Monk?
You are only worrying about your husband's land.
Well, of course I am, and you should be too. If Waleran wins, we both lose. I know you don't trust me, but your bishops are no different from me.
Prove any of this?
Ride with my son, William. Just a few hours. I will prove to you that Waleran will betray you.
All right, I will ride with your son. If only to prove you wrong.
Very well. Maybe you're not a fool, after all. But do not let the bishops see you. William?
What?
Ride with Father Philip. Do as I said.
William Hamley declined to tell me where we were heading. He enjoyed keeping me in the dark and forcing me to follow his lead. Sometimes he sped ahead on his warhorse, and it took me some effort to catch up. But sooner or later he would stop and wait, sneering as I rejoined him. On one occasion he stood there urinating against a rock. When I caught up with him, he turned without covering himself. He found my shock at his shameful behavior comical. He laughed, got back into the saddle, spurred his horse and rode off. Again I followed, hoping this journey had... Near a bridge, I found William with a group of washerwomen. He was shouting at them. When I arrived, I could only hear their replies. They said that they had not seen a girl or a boy fitting his description. A younger, blonde woman said William grabbed the startled-looking woman by the arm. He shoved his right hand under her skirt. She started crying. The other women asked William to stop, but were afraid to anger him. William turned and grinned when he saw me approaching. When he heard my words, William's grin faded. He pushed the young woman away. The other women looked at me in a strange way. They must have asked themselves why a monk would ride with such a man as William. We rode off, and William stared at me full of spite. I told him I pitied him. I did not tell him why, because I had no words for it. We did not talk after that. Not for a long time. William talked to more strangers along the way. First, I believed he was asking for directions. Then I realized that money was changing hands. William was paying these people for information. I was glad that for now he had lost interest in hurting others. William called the man a horse thief. Then he grinned and signaled the puzzled man to get on his horse and ride with him. They rode faster and faster, and I could not hear what more they talked about. William bluntly threatened to have the man hanged for stealing a horse of his, and then ordered him to hunt down the real thieves in exchange for his life. The man laughed as if he had made a great bargain. William even paid him. Before the man rode off north, William mentioned a name. Aliena. And I prayed that whatever William's plan was, then William waved at me to ride faster. I reckoned we had to be close to where Lady Hamley wanted us to go. Not long after, my stomach turned as I... Just a moment.
What?
You know very well that Bishop Waleran is in Winchester now. So what are we doing here?
No idea. Mother never tells me anything. She treats me and Father like damn children. It's a wonder Father ever got to fuck her in the first place. But here I am, and I'm starving. Damn, I'm starving.
Where are you going?
In there?
No.
I'm sure the bishop would want to see me well fed. We won't be staying long, so whatever it is you gotta do, do it fast. How can I help you? How about you step aside?
William forgot to close his saddlebag. What are we doing here? What am I asking you for? You just did what you were told. that? Is this why Regan Hamley thinks that Waleran wants the lands of Shiring for himself? He is the bishop. He can do as he pleases. Perhaps he is just building a guest house. No, it is too big for that. What in the name of Christ is he building out there? What in the name of Christ is he building out there? What in the name of...
You! Please! You were here before, weren't you? Yes. I remember you. Philip, isn't it?
Yes.
Please, you have to help me.
What happened?
He forced me to serve him food. He took the Lord's name in vain, and he pushed me and touched me.
Oh, God.
Ah, the monk. Oh. Did the boy call you? So what, did he ask you for help?
He didn't have to say anything. I knew you would get us in trouble.
Trouble? Me? We're young men, he and I play rough. So what? I asked you to leave.
And that is what we will do. What will the bishop think of your behavior?
Listen, we're all on the same side here.
We are not.
You, me, him, we're all working for the bishop. He won't mind. I play rough, so what? We are all men of God.
How are you working for the bishop?
You already forgot. I found you, back in Kingsbridge, when I escorted him.
You did not find me.
The bishop and I got talking. We have an understanding.
An understanding about what?
I took Earl's castle for him.
Your parents agreed to arrest Bartholomew because they wanted his earldom.
Who cares what they think? I felled Bartholomew's men with my sword. The old man was begging me for his life. On his knees, he begged me. I did it for the bishop.
What?
But hey, I'm sure you did great things for him as well. Took Earl's castle.
I pity...
Again? You dare to say... You pity me? You're not a man. No.
We are men of God.
A man kills, and a man fucks, and no one talks down to me. No! I know you saw me and that whore at the river. I would have fucked that woman if it hadn't been for you.
And what would that have achieved?
She'd have learnt her... And don't you think I noticed how you spied on me and that... I should kill you for that. I should. Let me tell you. I will fuck Bartholomew's whore of a daughter. I'm a... Damn it, I'd fuck the boy if that was the only... Hell, he looks like he'd enjoy it.
You are not a man. You are a beast.
Oh, I am a man. But yes, there is a beast in me. I unleashed it and my sin...
Not even God would...
Of course you would. The bishop told me.
Then the bishop...
Hey, now, we will... As I've not... Shh.
throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and...
What?
Hell. It is a depiction of hell.
The bishop said the relief intimidates even his most impious visitors. They all fear death.
I'm not afraid to die.
Do not fear those who kill the body. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell.
Who's he?
The devil. A fallen angel.
I have nothing to be afraid of.
The cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars. Their souls are the devil's. They will all go to hell.
Stop it! Hell is far away. I'm not afraid.
The bishop finds out about this, he will not be pleased. And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire.
What's that? It's from the scripture. The end of days.
The second death of the sinners.
Bishop Waleran said that if a sinner stares into the flame, the devil stares back from the lake of fire. What?
I can't see him. What is it?
We ride back to Winchester. Now!
What happened?
Maybe he saw things to come.
How can I thank you?
Tell me, what is being built out there?
What?
A substantial construction is underway, it seems.
Yes, but...
What is it?
A castle. The bishop is building a castle.
Castle? Why a castle?
I don't know. It is not for me to ask or question the bishop.
Of course.
And I doubt it's for you to question him either. That man, William, had no idea why you two came here, had he? You came here to spy on the bishop. You brought this man here. Leave! Go! But leave the tableware.
I only wanted to tidy up the table.
Of course. I knew you couldn't be trusted ever since I saw you stealing apples and hay when you first came here.
My son seemed thoughtful when he returned.
You priests and your talk. You always get to him.
He seemed more excited after talking to your bishop, though. Then again, we know Waleran is good with words. Don't we, my husband?
Of course, yes.
Speaking of Waleran, what did you find, monk?
A construction site.
Ah. So Waleran has a building project of his own. Did you also find out what he is building?
A castle.
Yes. He is building a castle for himself. and he used up every stone and every tree on his own lands. He claims he wants Bartholomew's land for your cathedral. But what Wayland wants is a castle.
He's always been like that.
Not long ago, you accused us of being selfish. But what about your bishop, eh?
What do you want from me?
As Prior of Kingsbridge, you will agree that my husband shall have the whole earldom of Shiring.
And why would I do you a favour like that?
Because we will support the rebuilding of your cathedral with our stones and our timber.
The king can live up to all of his promises, and Waylorin gets nothing.
That is our offer. What do you say?
I agree.
Ah. Did you hear, my husband?
Yes, you said he'd agree.
My husband will let the king know of our agreement. Bishop Waylorin will be quite surprised. You will see his true face when he does not get what he wants.
No need. We said all there was to say. Good day.
You come to visit someone in my jail, Father? Or do you want to pick out a nice warm cell for yourself?
How dare you?
Oh, I'm just pulling your leg.